Hello everyone, this is Bhuvan Awasthi. I'm a doctoral student of remote sensing and GIS at Asian Institute of Technology, Thailand. Today I'm going to talk about an online textbook and an environment that's created based on this textbook, such that it will be very handy for geospatial learners and users to use that particular environment when they want to do any sort of geospatial tasks. Okay, let us begin. So the first thing that we're going to talk about here is a repository called PyGIS. What this is an online textbook, and it covers a lot of geospatial functionalities in terms of how we're going to utilize GeoPandas, Raster, Scalern, a lot of libraries that are in the geospatial world. However, this repository does not give us a complete package in terms of segregation of notebooks that are present here. Although they have the notebooks, they are not placed in a different directory. And utilizing these notebooks and trying to learn from them in a segregated manner such that you will be able to create an environment and run all those PyBooks, all those Jupyter notebooks in that environment. For that purpose, we have created another repository that's been forked from that original one called PyGILE. So this is a Python geoinformatics lab environment. What it does is it has created the new directory that consists of all the materials that have been given in PyGIS in a structured format. And secondly, what it has done is you'll be able to find um, environments of Linux, MacBook, Windows separated, as well as installation files for all of them. So this is a base environment. It has a lot of functionalities in different, almost 50 plus geospatial packages. Utilizing this, we can do any sort of geospatial tasks. Almost, this is like a majority of packages are here. So if we want something more, we can always add on to this base environment and then work on it. Okay, so let's begin. So first thing that we want to do is, for this to work, so just clone this repository, download the zip somewhere wherever it's feasible. So for the sake of this tutorial, let's say I'm going to download somewhere around let's say I'll keep in this folder. I'll just save it here. Secondly, what we need to do is we need to download Conda Forge installer. For this, we'll be using Conda Forge as a main channel, such that it will not have any dependency issues with the default Anaconda channels. So to make that possible, we'll be using Mini Forge. So I'll just download this as well. So let us just wait until this downloads. Okay, Miniforge is downloaded. Let's just see where it is. So here it's downloaded. I'll just install this. For installation, it's just a normal installation for Windows. Double click, next, next. Yes, only whatever is recommended will do that. So here it's not recommended that I add Miniforge to my path, but it will not create any issues, but it's not recommended, so let's not do. If it's a clean installation, even the path might not have any issues, but we don't need it, so let's just skip it. So now we have Miniforge installed, and our repository is also downloaded. So I'll just go there. You might want to unzip this. I'll use 7-zip as an extract for extraction. It's done. So I'll just delete this one. Okay, so what we need to do now is just open the Miniforge prompt from the search bar. So since we have already installed a Miniforge, a prompt will appear. Just open it. And the first thing that we want to do is, wherever our uh, repository is cloned, just copy the file path, and we'll want to change our directory to that particular file path. So now, since we are already here, let's try to get into our environment. So for me, this is Windows environment. So what I'll want to do is get inside environments, and I just want to show here. So here, environments, for me this is Windows. I'll go to this particular file and I'll open this using Notepad. I'll save as all files, and I'll change the extension to BAT. We're going to create a batch file that will work in this Windows and automatically install all of the required components. Now here we can see that this is a Windows batch file. So now in this, all we need to do is, again, I'll have to get into this particular, let's just say, yeah, I cd'd into environments, and also I cd'd into Windows, right? So now I need to search for that file, this batch file. Just type it, the name of this file here, and just hit enter, and it will create two files. First is PyGILE installation file that you can open and see what's happening, and second is PyGILE error file. So if you run into any errors, the summary will be here. And also this installation file will tell you what kind of files are being installed, what kind of packages are being downloaded and installed. So it will take some time. We need to have a little bit of patience because this is a comprehensive geospatial package. It will take a lot of time based on the computational resources, of course, but at least we need to be patient, somewhere around 30 minutes, depending on, this is an average. Sometimes it might work like 5 to 10 minutes, and so for some PCs it might be even more than that, but 20 to 30 minutes we have to be patient. So after the completion, to look something like this, installation complete, and here will be all of these packages that's being installed. So if you encounter any issues, it will be shown here. For this, it says that GeoInformatics is working, however the ML part might be an issue. And since it's the same thing if you do with Mamba activate or Conda activate. So if you want to deactivate Conda from the base, and then you can activate PyGILE base. Activation for environments, Conda is better, but we can use Mamba as well. For that, if we do Conda deactivate and Mamba activate this, it's the same thing. So now press any key to continue, it says. Just press any key. Now all you want to do is just check for environments. For that, we can do Conda info envs. Now it shows that there are two. It's in base right now, so we want to get here. So let's do Conda deactivate and Mamba or Conda activate. The name of the environment. So now here we can see that it's activated. So let's just go to the change directory to PyGILE main here, because what we want to do is now get the Jupyter lab. So we just need to wait for like 5-10 seconds. Now it opens up. So one thing what we can do is we can create our own kernel as well, and in the manual it's been given. If you look into the manual that we have, all we need to do is just put in a code, and then the kernel can be created. So for that, what we need to do is just copy this code and just like what it's given here. Just when you paste it, it'll work. So now what we can do is, here we can see all of our notebooks. Just open up any notebook. Let's see for the remote sensing part. uh, let's see for the machine learning prediction. Here it says this is this some a supervised classification being done. Let's just try to run it. Shift enter. While running, it will show this asterisk sign here. Um, and we can see that there's like all sorts of things being done here. So this is run. Now for second one, just do the same thing. First it will show asterisk and then it will run. So we can do similar things for all of the notebooks that we have, and that's it. This is how we can learn, and we have the total whole book here as well. If you want to see, this is the original source, from original source PyGIS. The complete book is here. Also, you can learn about like coordinate systems, vector rasters, how we can deal with all these kinds of data. All the notebooks are separately categorized into different chapters, and all the notebooks are placed in a single category or a single folder as well. So it depends on what you want to work with. It's there. So this is it. This is how we can install this environment and anything that we want to do with it. I mean, if we have another code, for instance, let's say you want to work with something else, and for that you might have to create another environment, but now you don't have to. All you need to do is, let's kill this kernel for now. Control C. Now let's say I'll just get out of here. This will also shut down now, and I can just leave. So let's say if I have to use it every day, what I'll do is I'll just open MiniForge, and I don't know where my environment is. So let's say first let's try to find it. Conda info in environments, where it is. Oh, okay, it's in the base. Base is activated right now. I want to activate this. So for this folder, I just want to cd wherever I want, wherever I have kept my files. Let's say I'll just go to the same folder. Let's say I want to do this again. Just copy this, paste it here, because it's which is the change of drive as well. Let me just add this. So now all I have to do is, because conda is there, so conda is we need to deactivate, right? And then for mamba or conda, doesn't matter, activate PyGILE base. So now Jupyter lab, and then I can work. So this doesn't have to be only for this Jupyter notebooks, but any kind of notebooks or any kind of geospatial environment that we want to work with, it's available. We can do it, and this is a very handy environment setup file. That's all for today. Thank you so much.